sheet glass. And I cut circles. I put them in the kiln. And when they come out, they look like that.
Oh, yeah.
Like little pancakes.
Yeah.
Right? And then I'll start bending them. And I bend them like 3 or 4 times. They get bent 3 or 4 times. And then they go into the kiln, into the grinding room here. And they come out of the kiln looking like this.
Okay.
Right? And then they go on the grinder. And I grind the top off. And I grind the flat spot in the bottom. Like so. And they come out looking like that. So I take them from 80 grit to 325 to 600. They come out looking like this, really nice and smooth.
What are you calling these?
I call them ToBs.
ToBs?
ToBs, T-O-Bs. Thing of beauty.
Thing of beauty. I like that.
Yeah.
These are actually amazing because they're translucent.
Yeah,
They've got like three-dimensional quality to them.
Like, look at this, hey?
Yeah. Just
right, or the depth of the blue in there.
beautiful.
Yeah, these are not finished. They have to go into the kiln one more time to get this really nice, highly polished edge, right?
Yeah. What was the inspiration behind starting to create these things of beauty?
I started off making things like that up there, right?
Yeah.
But you know, it's like, and then I came across what's called dichroic glass, and it's got this wonderful visual quality, right? Like the color is so intense, right? Like this orange one here, right?
Really
The
intense.
exterior, you know, so got the red here and then the gold over there, right? Depending on angle of view, right? And same here, that deep orange with that gold on the inside there.
Yeah.
It's just fantastic, right? It's like, so that's really what attracted me to that. Like, these are also completely insane amount of work, these guys, right?
Yeah.
Because they're the same on both sides if you look at it. Like the inside and the outside are the same.
Yes. Wow.
Right? So in order to produce that, I start out with, I make a sheet like that over there, that, see that mustard and black?
Yes.
Which is actually dark blue, right? So I'll start with that. And then once they're laid up, I'll put them in the kiln and just tack fuse it so they stick together. And then I cut it all up, and I end up with bits like this, right?
Oh yes.
Right. And then they go in the kiln upside down. And then another sheet of glass goes over top of that.
So these are actually fused into that other sheet of glass.
Like so.
Yeah.
Right? And then you melt it. Come out of the kiln looking like this. Sort of pillowy stuff, hey?
Okay.
It's in itself a beautiful thing, hey?
Yeah.
And then they go on the grinder and I grind everything off till I expose this side.
Okay.
Alright, that's how you get
This geometric shape.
yeah, inspired by derelict boats.
Because in its shape and simplicity.
And people respond to it differently.
Yeah.
Some people,
Looks
you know,
like
some sea creature,
you know,
right?
creatures.
This is much more geometric, right?
Yeah.
So these things were inspired by rotting boats,
Wow.
derelict boats.
This is beautiful.
Bending these is really tricky because you have to get it uneven and it's like.
Yeah. So it sounds like you're learning with each piece. You know, you're going.
Pretty much.
I'm going to try this time.
Always pushing the envelope.
So same kind of concept though. She'll take the pieces and put them in the kiln and then
melt them together,
create her design,
then
cut them.
Right?
Yeah.
Cut them, grind them,
Yeah.
drill them, right?
Yeah.
And then she will end up making her own ear wires.
I like the ear wires too.
Yeah, those are very good. And then she came up with this here. So, but the creativity is so slow in coming, right? These guys.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
With that long tail.
Yeah.
And the close up in the back.
Yeah.
So you don't lose them and your grandchildren can really yank on them.
Yeah.